Hi, I'm Mark. This is my July review for Libra Sun sign and Libra rising. This month we start with Chiron having two aspects to him. Chiron's in your 7th house of relationships. The first is a positive aspect from Mars. Mars is in your 11th house of friends and colleagues. So this is a good time to put energy into socialising, making connections with people, and just generally being very much out there and in contact with people. It's also a very creative energy as well, so it's a good time to enter into projects with other people. Then a little bit more difficult one on the 4th, when we have the Sun making a square to Chiron. Now the Sun is in your 10th house of career and your destiny, so there could be a wound that crops up from the past that causes an argument or some discomfort because the issues haven't been resolved. So this is a good time to look at those and resolve those once and for all. On the 5th there may be a bit of excitement or something changes that puts you on the right path, on the right journey. Two positive aspects, one from the Sun to Uranus, one from Venus to the North Node. So Venus in that 11th house of friends, so friends could be very useful, they could be very influential, they could put you on the right path, they could say something or put you in touch with somebody that helps you to know which way to go. And also with the Sun is in your 10th house of destiny, so again this is a chance where there could be a sudden change, and you may change direction, or you may want to try something new that will influence your future decisions. There's one thing to be wary of. Mercury does make a square aspect to Neptune. Neptune is in your 6th house of everyday routine, so just make sure you concentrate on things and don't make any mistakes in your daily work and routines. Between the 6th and the 8th, your ruler Venus makes three aspects. The first one is a difficult one for Venus because it's in opposition with Saturn, probably her hardest aspect to cope with. And Venus in that 11th house, you might come up against a friend who's a little bit overbearing or saying things that you don't particularly agree with. What they're doing is they're holding up a mirror, trying to show you parts of yourself that you perhaps haven't acknowledged. Then on the 7th there's a much more free-flowing energy day with Venus making a positive aspect to Chiron. So this is a day when you can work creatively with others and you can enjoy the social interaction with other people. Maybe you can use this creative energy to work within a group scenario. Then on the 8th you're going to want some change, you're going to want a bit more excitement in your life, so it's a good time to review your goals and perhaps set new goals for the future that bring a bit more excitement into your life. On the 10th we have a new moon. This new moon is in Cancer, so it's a very emotional, very sensitive new moon, but it's also in your 10th house of career and destiny. So there's a lot that you need to do now because the new moon is also making a sextile aspect to Uranus, so this will add a liveliness to it. So you'll want to set new goals now. You may want to even go into a new career or try something completely different. But you'll definitely want to make changes. You'll definitely want to set new goals. This is very good for business. This is very good for your public standing. So it could be that you decide that you want to be more involved with public activities. It's also a good time for getting along with your career as well. It's a great time to set goals to advance, and also on your chosen path of destiny. If you want to advance, it's a good time to motivate yourself now to set new goals. And with the Cancer side, it's also a good time to let go of things from the past, especially on the emotional side. You may be emotionally attached to things in your life, but maybe it's time to let go of those now and experience some of the new experiences and freedom that the new moon aspect in Uranus will bring. On the 12th you'll be in a very positive frame of mind and you'll be wanting to explore adventure. Maybe the desire for travel will be coming in, or to learn new things. This is Mercury making a positive aspect to Jupiter. This will enlarge your mind and enlarge the scope of your life. Also on that day we have Venus catching Mars, so romance will be in the air for 3 days. Venus is full of desire in Leo and passion, and she's caught Mars in Leo, so this is a time of great desire. And also this could be good for involvement with friends as well, because this is in your 11th house, so friends will become more desirable to you. Maybe a time to enlarge your field of friends, and it may be that a friend, you could be romantically involved in a friend for the future. If you're in a relationship, this is a great time to spend some time with your partner and spice things up a little bit, and enjoy this interaction between Venus and Mars. The Sun travelling through your 10th house has two aspects, one on the 14th from Neptune and one on the 17th from Pluto. Now, the Sun is in a favourable position with Neptune because it's a trine aspect. It's a good time to meditate and to think about where you are on your destined path in your career or with your public standing, and see where you can make improvements. It's a good time to have a spiritual experience as well that may change your opinion of things. And also it's a good time to make adjustments to your daily routine so they run smoother and more in keeping with who you are. The one on the 17th is a bit more difficult because its opposition to Pluto can cause power struggles. This is a day when you need to be humble and understanding and not go in and be too overbearing, because you can spark heated discussions or even violence. So it's a good day to keep out of areas of high crime, and it's also a good day to be wary that things may break down. If things do break down, then they need replacing or repairing properly. Just patching them up will not do. On the 18th, Jupiter makes a square aspect to the black moon Lilith, and when this happens, the shadow side will be enlarged and you cannot help notice it. Now, this coincides with the black moon changing signs. She's going to move into Gemini, so the shadow will change now to that of acceptance. So we all have to work on the fact that, do we actually need acceptance from others? Do we need approval from others? No, we don't. We have to learn to live without that and not to crave it. Now, it's also moving into your 9th house, and the shadow side of the 9th house is to focus on your connection with your higher self. And it may, as the black moon transits this 9th house, you may feel disconnected with your higher self. So the ideal now over the coming months is to reconnect and reevaluate your life, and there may be somewhere in your life where you need to make a leap of faith and reconnect with your higher self. On the 22nd, the Sun and Venus both move signs and houses. The Sun moves into Leo and into your 11th house, so the focus will change and be more on your goals and ideals, dreams for the future, and where you want to make changes. And because the Sun has just moved into the house, it makes a positive aspect to the black moon Lilith, so the Sun will shine a light on the black moon. So you've already got the shadow side being enlarged by Jupiter, but now you've got the Sun shining a light directly on the black moon, and she doesn't like this because she's exposed, but you can see everything that needs to be doing then. And this is good because this will coincide with you setting your new aims and goals. So make sure you have a good look and you find where the holes are that need plugging and make the necessary changes. Venus moves into your 12th house, and this makes you a bit more shy, a bit more reserved over the coming weeks until she moves into your sign, which will be a great boost for you. Venus also makes an opposition to Jupiter, so you just need to be careful of your spending and just have good judgment, because she also makes an aspect to the black moon Lilith, and there might be temptation coming your way, so just keep good judgment during this period. On the 24th, there's a fun-filled full moon, with the full moon being in Aquarius, your fellow air sign, at 1 degree. It's very powerful, very strong. It's a good time to have a party, have some fun. You may have been under pressure the last couple of weeks, but now it's time to enjoy yourself. And it's also time to think about things, and because your mind will be very active and very creative. Think about things and see where you fit into things, because you need to realise that you are part of something bigger than just yourself. And maybe it's a good time to connect Aquarius is about humanitarian issues as well, so maybe to connect with groups of people who are like-minded. It's a good time for children as well, and it's a good time to use that creativity that you have. Do something that will give you great enjoyment. Most of all, have a party, have some fun. On the 25th, there's an opposition between Mercury and Pluto. So this is a good time to investigate and delve into anything that happened at the full moon and get to the bottom of it so that you can realise what needs to be done. Then on the 28th, we have another opposition. This one lasts for 3 days between Mars and Jupiter. This time you can be in the right place at the right time. This is all about timing, and this is very good because it's also a time for planning, and it's a time for engaging, putting things into practice that you've discovered over the last few days. 28th and 29th could also be a little bit tricky because Mercury makes an aspect to the Black Moon Lilith, moves houses on the 28th. So this will highlight anything that needs changing. There could be some obsessive thoughts coming to your mind, and if there is, then that definitely means you need to change something. Also, there's Mars making a square aspect to the Black Moon. Now Mars is at 29 degrees and will move into Virgo, your 12th house. But this square aspect means you might be frustrated. You might be have this feeling that you can't get along, you can't do things. Well, just stay with that because Mars is going into your 12th house, so it's a time to work behind the scenes. It's a good time to look at detail, look at anything in a detailed fashion. It's a time to work behind the scenes and get things sorted out slowly, ready for when Mars moves into your sign in a month's time. The other thing is Venus. Venus is making a square to the North Node, so you will feel very solitary. You'll want to withdraw, but you need to realise that you can't go alone. You've got to enlist the help of others. On the 31st, the Sun makes a positive aspect to the Moon's North Node. This is a good time to fulfil your potential, especially with the help of others. It may be within a group situation, it may be with a friend, it may be that you find a teacher or a guru that can help you, put you on the right path. But the Sun in your 11th house means it's time to reevaluate your goals, set new goals so that you can realise your full potential. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the July review. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. If you'd like to leave me a comment, I'll be glad to hear from you.